Hey, my favorite first graders. I hope you're doing wonderful today. We're getting ready to have Read Aloud number 3. Today, we're going to focus on a different skill called character traits. We've studied it many times before, but sometimes we have a little bit of trouble with it. When you pick out character traits, that is when you are describing someone's personality, how they act, or how they feel. So let's think about Mrs. Riddick. She's a real person that we all know and we all love. She's our teacher assistant. But let's think of some words that would describe her. These are some words that I thought, maybe you thought the same thing. One word that comes to my mind that describes Mrs. Riddick is thoughtful. She's always thinking of others, being caring and kind. So she's a very thoughtful person. So that describes her character. That is a trait in her character. Another word that describes Mrs. Riddick is she's very gentle. She's a very gentle person. She speaks gently. So that's another trait or quality that would describe Mrs. Riddick. Another character trait that describes Mrs. Riddick is she is pleasant. Pleasant means she just kind of goes with the flow, never really lets anything upset her. Let's take a book character that you all know about, the Big Bad Wolf. From that children's story. The Big Bad Wolf, a character trait that describes him is he is dishonest. He does not tell the truth. So that's not a good character trait, but that's part of his character. He is ill-tempered, which means he lets things get on his nerves very easily, and he gets upset very easily, blowing down those houses. And another character trait that describes him is he's just evil. He's very evil. So we're going to read a book in a moment. So if you give me a moment, I'm going to switch out. So we have our book that we're going to use to focus on character traits. I picked another Easter book since Easter's coming up. It's called Max's Chocolate Chicken, and it's by Rosemary Wells. She's the author and the illustrator, and the publisher is Scholastic Incorporated. So as we read through this book together and you listen to it, think about the characters, Max and Ruby, and what traits would describe them. Max's Chocolate Chicken. Max's Chocolate Chicken. One morning, somebody put a chocolate chicken in the bird bath. Kind of looks like the Easter bunny, doesn't it? There's a chocolate chicken. Never heard of a chocolate chicken. I love you, said Max. You see Max looking at that chicken? Wait, Max, said Max's sister Ruby. First, we go on an egg hunt. If you find the most eggs, then you get the chocolate chicken. And if I find the most eggs, then I get the chocolate chicken, said Ruby. Max went looking for eggs, but all he found was a mud puddle. Ruby found a big yellow egg. Max didn't find any. No eggs, no chicken, Max, said Ruby. Max went looking again, but all he found were acorns. Ruby found a blue egg. Max, said Ruby, pull yourself together, otherwise you'll never get the chocolate chicken. So Max went looking with Ruby. Ruby found a red egg with green stars. Max found a spoon. Ruby found a gold egg with purple stripes, and a turquoise egg with silver swirls, and a lavender egg with orange polka dots. Max found some ants. You see, Max is not having very good luck. Then he made ant and acorn pancakes. Max, said Ruby, you'd have trouble finding your own ears if they weren't attached to your head. Ruby counted her eggs. I'm the one who's going to get the chocolate chicken, Max, said Ruby. But Max ran away and hid. Oh, look, he's got the chocolate chicken. The bird bath was empty. Where are you, Max? Ruby called. Max ate the chicken's tail. I see you, Max, said Ruby. But she didn't. Max ate the chicken's head. I'll give you half the chocolate chicken, Max, yelled Ruby. Max ate the wings. Then he popped out of his hiding place. Max, said Ruby, how could you do this to me? Well, look, looks like the Easter Bunny's putting another chocolate chicken there. I love you, said Max. So now we're going to look at character traits of Max and Ruby, if you'll give me just a second. So we know that character traits are words that describe the characters in our story or the people that we know, like we did Mrs. Riddick and the Big Bad Wolf earlier. So let's look at our two characters, Max and Ruby. I've got some character traits that I'm going to go over with you, but you may have some different ones too. I think a word that describes Max, he is very easily distracted. It's hard for him to stay focused on one thing. Remember, he was looking for ants instead of finding the eggs, making acorn and ant pancakes. Sometimes Max can be a little dishonest. There he was taking the chicken, the chocolate chicken, and hiding in the tree and eating it. Sometimes he can be a little sneaky too. So those are words that I have. You may have other words. So I have easily distracted, dishonest, and sneaky. Words that describe the traits of Max. Let's think about Ruby, the other character in the story. Ruby, she seems like she's a rule follower. She wants to follow the rule, whoever gets the most eggs. Of course, she wants to win. At times, Ruby can be a little bit demanding. She wants her way and she wants Max to follow the rules. Sometimes she can be a little bossy too. So those are words that I have that describe Max and Ruby. Maybe you have some other ones. That was the end of our Read Aloud number 3.